Hello everybody, it's Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. You join me here at Lexus Mutiara Damansara for the media drive of the all-new Lexus UX that was just launched in Malaysia. Today I'm going to bring it for a short drive from here to Putrajaya and back and give you guys a very brief and first impression of Lexus's all-new compact crossover. But just by looking at it, I think I'm going to have lots of great things to say. Right, before we get on with the drive, let's have a very quick introduction of the UX. It was first presented in Malaysia at the 2018 Kuala Lumpur International Motor Show, and after a better part of 1 year, it's now finally launched in Malaysia. It's priced between 240,000 ringgit all the way up to 299,000 ringgit, and there are three variants available: the entry-level Urban, the mid-spec Luxury, and the range-topping F-Sport model. It goes up against the like of the Volvo XC40, BMW X1, as well as the Audi Q3. So by now, you might be wondering what's the positioning of the UX, because Lexus already has the NX small SUV. Well, you can imagine this to be a more compact car, urban city dweller that you can use it every day. It's easier to park and easier to maneuver about. It's based on the Lexus Global Architecture platform, which shares its roots with the TNGA from Toyota. So it shares its underpinnings with the Toyota CHR. I quite fancy the design of the UX. The front, it's very similar to what you get on the NX. You have the large spindle grille, compact LED headlamps. Over to the side mirrors, it's also the newish Lexus design as seen on the ES and Lexus LC Coupe. On the side here, these are air vents that channels air across the wheel arches for reduced turbulence. Now, speaking of turbulence, the entire design of the UX is for aerodynamics. So every body line you see, every crease, every design element is for aerodynamics. Now take for example this tail lamp here with a large connecting across the tailgate. This one here is what Lexus calls it an aero blade, which makes the car a little bit more planted at high speeds. So what are the benefits of having good aerodynamics? One, you get better high-speed stability. Two, you get lower NVH levels. And three, you get better fuel economy as a result of slicing through the air more efficiently. First impressions of the Lexus UX. We're gonna drive here from Lexus Mutiara Damansara all the way to Mipes in near Putrajaya. And wow, first turn of the wheel, first prod on the accelerator pedal. I have to say, this thing is, just like any Lexus, ultra silky smooth. The Lexus UX only has one engine variant, which is the 2-litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder dynamic force engine. It comes with direct injection, dual VVTi, and all the high-tech stuff from Lexus and Toyota. So it makes 171 horsepower and 205 Newton meters of torque. It's paired to a what Lexus calls 10-speed CVT automatic. Well, basically a CVT with a launch gear. So what's so great about this CVT is when setting off, the launch gear will make picking up very smoothly. It doesn't have and minimizes the rubber band effect. And from now we're crawling in traffic, I can say the response is very direct, very linear. It's definitely one of the, not just better, I think one of the best CVTs out there. So right now I am riding in the UX Luxury line, which is the mid-spec, cost around 280,000 plus ringgit. It places the price point right up there with the GLC 200. Like I've mentioned in the NX video, you will get a GLC, a much bigger car, GLC 200 turbocharged engine and all that stuff, Mercedes-Benz badge. This one, it's a very compact SUV, compact crossover, a little car. Who will want to look here? But in fact, the refinement levels in here, just by sitting in traffic, I see some cars moving by, I can't hear them at all. Silence. If you're buying a premium car like this, yes, power is one thing, but a lot more is on the refinement, the way the car picks up, the way the car sounds when it's picking up, the way the car delivers the power. Is just, this is where your money is at. Lexus cars are smooth, refined, and there's just no other competition in the market. Yeah, I'm biased like that. As I've mentioned earlier, the UX rides on the Lexus Global Architecture C platform, which shares some of its roots with the Toyota CHR. But I say share, it's not exactly the CHR platform, because this one is the wheelbase is slightly longer than the CHRs, which makes it for give it a more pliant, plush ride because of the longer wheelbase. And from where I'm seated, yes, it definitely feels more like a much bigger car, much comfortable car compared to the CHR. And not only that, it remains sharp, planted, engaging to drive. It's just first prod of the wheel and you feel it. You know that this is a driver-centric car. Being in the luxury line, it gets all the bells and whistles available on the UX. So you get this smooth leather upholstery, and yeah, I have to say this leather is exquisite. So smooth, so comfortable. It even comes with ventilated and heated seats. Sorry, this went a little bit distracted over there. So what are the features that are standard across the range? Keyless entry, this 7-inch LCD instrument cluster, multifunctional steering wheel, dual-zone automatic climate control, ventilated front seats, and as well as the Lexus Safety System Plus, which bundles adaptive cruise control, autonomous emergency braking, as well as lane tracing assist. On the luxury line, you get a little bit more features, such as the smooth leather, memory seats, 10.3-inch infotainment system. The screen is larger, widescreen layout. It supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That feature is standard across the range. I feel that the luxury line is what you want. But if you can make do with a smaller screen, without the powered tailgate, without this smooth leather, you can always opt for the entry-level urban line. I think that comes with, well, just all the features that you ever want and need in a premium compact crossover. But of course, if you are able to step up into this luxury line, because you just get, everything just looks a little bit more expensive in here. What I quite like about the UX is it's slightly more driver-centric. So unlike the NX, which the center console layout, it's perpendicular and it faces straight onto the back. This one is angled ever so slightly towards the driver. So every buttons, every controls is within my reach. I quite like how they've reorganized the infotainment menu layout right here. So you have physical buttons that's mounted right, what you call this, right at the armrest right here. Easy to use. I'm sure that owners would definitely appreciate instead of having to like fumble about and see where the buttons are. Some of the interior trimmings in here, this little panel on top of the dashboard, I forgot what is it called. Usually what is it called? Wakashi, yeah, washi, yes, thanks Subhash. This washi trim, which they try to mimic like a paper kind of texture. It feels more like a very expensive fabric, and yeah, as you can see, I can't stop touching it. Can't stop fumbling. Oh, so nice, exquisite. Yeah, Japanese something, right?
Paper grain texture.
Paper grain texture, yeah. Onto the NKVE highway, and right now I have adaptive cruise control with lane tracing assist on. Follows the car in front and keeps the car in lane a little bit. And I'm driving about 110 kilometers per hour, and I just feel so cocooned. I don't hear anything, so quiet, so serene in here. Wow. Okay, welcome to my apps, guys. We're now trying to do the slalom activity to try out the platform and how the car handles. So just a brief rundown of what we're gonna do. There's a slalom course, and then an emergency lane change at about 60 kilometers per hour. So this is gonna give us a feel of how the car is gonna be, the platform, the chassis, and all that. So I'm in sport mode, and I'm given the cue to go. Right. Ooh. Yes, the steering is incredibly fluid. Effortless going through the slalom. Okay, stop at the box.
Car 7, make a good U-turn.
Effortless. Effortless.
And come to the starting gate of the lane change. The road is clear. You may proceed. You can hit up to 60.
Okay.
5 kilometers here. Go, go, go.
Okay, accelerating to 60. Whoa! Wow! So it was quite a late change. I was a little bit late on my steering input, but the car just reacts exactly how I imagine it to be. Swerve, and that motion of coming back, the chassis just sits confidently and plants itself down. Doesn't try to lose control, doesn't understeer or try to slide around. I mean, traction control is definitely playing its job there, but predictable, smooth, fluid. Those are how I describe the handling characteristics of the Lexus UX. Mind-boggling. This is such an amazing car to drive. Wow. Time to experience the rear bench of the Lexus UX. I have the front seat adjusted to my usual driving position. I'm 175 cm tall, and this is the amount of knee room that I have. This is just about the space I get from a BMW X1, definitely more than a GLA. Space in the footwell is alright too. Headroom is pretty decent, although I have to say that the seat backrest angle is a little bit upright, and there are no adjustments for the backrest angle. Rear air vents, 2 USB charging ports, center armrest with 2 cup holders. Now onto the downside of the cabin of the UX. Practicality is pretty poor in here. I only have seat back pockets on the passenger seat, none on the driver's, and I don't have any side door bins on the rear. And even so, the side door bins on the front seats are pretty small. I only can put a small water bottle and some stuff, that's about it. But what's even more pathetic is the boot space. I mean, the luxury and the F-Sport variants that doesn't come with a space-saver spare wheel, you get 278 litres of space, which is already not the best in class. If you went for the urban line, which comes with a space-saver spare wheel, boot space shrinks even further at 228 litres. So what can I summarize after a first drive in the all-new Lexus UX? First things first, I have to say the car looks amazing, and this 2-litre powertrain, although not the most powerful in class, but it's the smoothest and offers the best drivability in the segment. If you opt for the luxury and F-Sport model, you get additional equipment such as the widescreen Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, powered tailgate, smooth leather upholstery, 18-inch alloys, and I think for the price that you're paying, you should seriously consider this Lexus UX over a Mercedes-Benz GLC. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this, and let us know in the comment section below what do you think of the new Lexus UX.